I was raised in Texas, and there were so many great guitar players in Texas that I just figured a Texas guitar player in England is going to be a lot better off than an American guitar player in Texas. So I took a band I had called Aphrodite, and we booked a whole bunch of gigs as our last gig before our European tour. And some roadies had come through with Emerson, Lake and Palmer, had come through Denver, where I was playing at the time. And they said, "You guys are great, we're going to take you to England." So they got us all these equipment deals and got enough money to fly to England. We flew over there and starved until literally we were down to maybe 2 weeks worth of money, and got an audition with Greg Lake. And that's how we put that band together, Stray Dog. I didn't really get into Stratocasters until later on. And once I started playing with Chaka, you know, it was such a versatile guitar. It was great for rhythm, for clean rhythm, and yet you could step out front, which I got to do a lot. Chaka gave me a lot of freedom. She'd just sometimes just hand the stage over to me, and I'd get to just blow, which was great for me. I had a great time touring with her. It was the last touring I did. As a matter of fact, I had to go off the road to kind of start this little television career, which turned out pretty good. Some agent came to this gig I was playing at with Michael Ruff and said, "Would you be interested in scoring?" Well, I didn't even know what scoring was, but I said, sure. I was like almost 5 years sober, and I figured anything would be better than playing at Holiday Inn when I'm 60, you know. So I got a call to go down and meet these people, and they showed me this film, and I talked them out of some film and went and wrote some cues, and they weren't even going to listen to them. And the day they were about to hire another composer, they popped the audio cassette in and really liked the music I wrote, and then put the video cassette in and liked the way it worked the picture, and they hired me, and that was 30-something. And that year I also did a little show called The Wonder Years, and I borrowed an acoustic guitar to do those first couple of scores because I didn't even own an acoustic. I was an electric player. So I was doing things like hammer-ons. And I was doing all that on acoustic guitar, and it just had a sound that was different for the time. And that year, the first year I was in television, I had the #1 Emmy-winning drama and the #1 Emmy-winning comedy. It's been great, you know. I got a whole second career, which I never expected to get. I quit playing live for about 25 years because I got involved in the television thing. When I started playing live again, I used the reverb from the amp, I used a delay pedal, I used a compressor for all my overdrive, and so I never really got a clean sound. And then slowly, you know, as it went along, the boards got a little more sophisticated. I mean, there's a couple of things here I might use once a night, but this is my mainstay right here. When I've got an amp that's responding to me, when I have a pedal that's responding to me that allows me to fluctuate my touch and my tone in a sensitive way, then it gets me out of the way, gets me out of that process. And I can do it now with a touch of a button, where I used to have to put everything on 10.